And welcome back to Fate of the Pods, your favorite podcast for both RS3 and real life content. I'm Aerro.
And I'm Rainyday.
And today is a very special podcast because we have a close friend of ours, RCS, with us today. Cheers for
Welcome.
RCS.
Hello.
Hello.
Today we're talking about a big update to the game when it officially came out in 2016?
14.
Oop. We're talking about Iron Man, Iron Women, Iron People. Pretty hot and important content, I think, that a lot of people currently use today. RCS is a prestigious Iron Man.
Okay.
Are you still under a year of creating that account?
It's been exactly a year and 3 months.
Okay.
Nice.
And he is about at the same stage as his main in just that time.
Basically.
Well, let's not get carried away here. Yeah, not even really close to max total.
So I guess a big first question is, a lot of people that have Iron Mans in game obviously have played RuneScape long before. So yeah. What gave you the idea, or what kind of caused you to make the Iron Man in the first place?
Well, I'm not sure if you know this, but I made it and I didn't tell anyone for almost a whole year.
I also was not playing at this time, so you could have made 70 and I would have known.
I definitely remember that.
Yeah, it was during archaeology, and I don't really know. I just woke up one night. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make one.
You woke up at night?
It was the middle of the night. I don't know if I woke up or anything, but I was just like, you know what? I'm sitting here, grinding away at archaeology. It's like I could literally play another account if I wanted to, and so I did it. Because, I don't know, I had been thinking about doing it for a while, but archaeology was just so... boring. It's not terrible, but it's very just... You just sit there. Especially at the later levels.
It's too complex for a gathering skill. Same thing with invention. I don't know, man. We
could talk about archaeology, but
that's true.
I understand the criticisms, but
I remember when RCS was he was the first in our friend group to get 120 archaeology, and then after a while he wasn't logging on, and I was kind of alone in the friends chat, and I was like, no one freaking plays, but little did I know
I'm sorry, which
is completely fine, but I was like, dang, no one plays anymore. But I'm glad you were playing, and I just didn't know about it,
Yeah, you said that. I remember that. You said that. I'm glad RCS was playing and not just dead or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why. I couldn't build up the courage to be like, hey guys, I have a new account.
It's funny. What do you think the numbers are for people who play on traditional accounts versus Iron Man at this point?
I'm a little loud. Sorry. It's funny you say that, because I don't know if you guys watch Twitch a lot, but pretty much, a friend, who I'm sure, it's really annoying to say his name because it's just a friend, but Dovidas, he made an Iron Man.
Okay.
This is gonna be a tangent.
Tangent on.
He made an Iron Man. It was literally December 7th of last year, and I didn't really watch his content until Sick Nerd made his in February of this year, and a lot of people started accounts because of Sick Nerd. He made a whole clan and everything. A lot of people were watching those two guys, and a lot of people from old school hopped on the bandwagon. But so hopefully a lot of people still play the game. But in terms of numbers, I mean, if you look at my high score rank on Iron Man, it is substantially higher than the normal accounts. So I think there's just still not that many. I mean, maybe 1 in 10 accounts would be an Iron Man. It depends on what you do. Like high level content, maybe more Iron Man. I say that even though it shouldn't make sense, but yeah, I don't think there's. I just think they're doing a lot, you know.
Yeah, I think.
So you notice them more.
Right.
There's just not a lot, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people who like still actively play this game quite a lot, like even if they do play on their lane, they also have an Iron Man.
Yeah. Tons of people have multiple accounts. Not just irons, but just alts, skillers, whatever.
Right.
And I do want to mention that anybody can make an Iron Man, but I feel like there's only certain people that can make their Iron Man be good. Because if I created one, I would probably have like 60 wood cutting and like 65 fire making. That's it.
The thing is, like, you think I didn't like immediately think of that? Like, well, how am I going to train these skills? How am I going to do this and that? It's like, I don't know. It just it comes with just playing the game, especially questing, because questing was a big thing I did early on, and I don't want to save this statement for later, but I think everyone, if you're going to start one, you should quest, because it's I mean, just Sliscase gives you fucking 1.25 million XP. So, but yeah, I thought that same train of thought, like, how am I going to train all these skills? But it's obviously come with time, and the game's a lot. Let's say more playable now.
I would quite literally play that account for if I made an Iron Man, I'd play it for like 2 days and then never play it again. Jesus God. No. Like,
I don't know. It's like, I feel like I would be that type of person though. Like, I don't put that much effort into the game, right? But I don't know. It's like,
do though.
I feel like you do on your Iron Man, but I can't say the same about your main.
Exactly, because it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's true, because like watching those streamers play the game, it's like every drop they get, it's just like this huge dopamine rush you get, because it's like you got that yourself, you did this yourself, you didn't buy it, I don't know. I think that you feed off that a lot in terms of what keeps you going and how you build the account. It's because that's how RuneScape is in general. Right. It's the next big dopamine hit of, oh, this level, oh, this drop. But on an Iron Man, it's just that much higher.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely see that, but I guess speaking personally, and anyone who knows me, like, I'm the laziest player ever. Like, if there's not an AFK version to like do a skill, a quest, a boss, I don't want it. I don't see it. I don't hear it.
We can like talk forever about the goals that most people on RuneScape have versus the goals that Aerro has on this game.
I mean, Master of All, that's a serious goal.
How can you streamline everything towards me personally, JackX? I'm asking you, like, can you please if I have to like click more than 5 times in 20 minutes, I don't want it.
No, I get that. That's why I'm training Hunter with butterflies right now instead of Big Game Hunter. So
that was a game changer when like massive game changer when first of all, massive game changer when portables came out.
Well, not usable, but sure.
But yes, okay, so a question for you, RCS. What are some things you do on your Iron that you never really bothered to do on your main?
Well, I mean, very cliched response of like everything, essentially.
That's true. I can't remember how many times. Sorry to cut you off. Do you want to PVM? No. But he knows damn well he PVMs on his own on his damn Iron. But that's okay.
Well, Rax is a solo boss, so
it's a duo. It's a not worth duo boss though.
Yeah. But I can go back and refer to how I played early on both of my first accounts. Because
RCS 492 shout out.
Yeah. But very inefficient. And of course, the game was a bit grindier. Took a bit longer to do things back then. But I mean, I never did anything efficiently. Like, I could have done penguins even back in 2008, 2009, but I didn't. I could have quested, but I didn't. And so I do that on here now. I don't know if that's just because I know it will just make my life so much easier, or because I've matured, just mentally, grown older. But it is
older.
almost everything you could do better I've done on this, and the game is obviously easier.
Yeah.
No one's,
and that's
even on an Ironman.
Yeah, that's a whole topic in and of itself. The change of RuneScape.
Yeah, I would say the big things are questing, because I immediately would do quests as soon as I can do them. Like that was basically what I played for the first, I don't know, 8 or so months. Because I remember I could not beat Sliske's because I don't know why I decided to do this, but I decided, and by the time I showed you guys the account, I had stopped, but I started doing the account Legacy only combat, and I basically beat every hard combat quest with Legacy only. But I could, like, Sliske's was too hard. I have to say that at first, but then I beat it.
Yeah, Sliske's was hard on my main too, but we're not going to talk about that.
I didn't have a problem on the main for whatever reason.
Speaking of quests, that leads us to our next question. Do you remember what some of the first things you did when you first started were? What quests and skills did you do? And yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, what is the breakdown of timeline? Like, as an Ironman, I have to do everything myself. This is the order I should do things in to make the rest of my time easier.
It is it was only slightly over a year ago, but the timeline, I don't know, I did do a lot of, you guys might not know this because you've been members, you're for fucking 15 years probably, but they unlocked a lot of stuff for free to play.
Yeah, they make the max level 5, right?
Well, yeah, but also fletching is free to play now, so there's that.
That's true.
I didn't even know that. I don't know. I leveled it up one time. I was like, oh, but it's gonna be hard to do. I basically did again same quests, and you know what? I did a lot of dungeoneering. I will say, dungeoneering at an early level is very, very good. Just total level XP.
I can see that because dungeoneering, you train every skill within.
Yeah, and at a lower level, it's scaled much higher. Just in terms of how much XP you get. I probably got roughly 60 cooking and fishing just from dungeoneering. Most of the XP, I would say. So I ended. So I do remember this. I spent roughly 11 days or so in free to play, just only doing it free to play. And at the end of that, I had 1100-ish total and 69 dungeoneering, which coincidentally is the highest dungeoneering floor you can reach in free to play. I didn't know that at the time, but totally no point in saying that, but just by the way.
I think I can count on one hand in my lifetime how many dungeons I've done solo.
No, really? What about...
Not speaking in hyperbole.
Okay, but I know I did a lot of them for the daily challenges.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm sure you did that too.
I got Gordy doing one of those dailies, so I just needed to mention that. Thank you.
Can't relate. I got Gordy doing the dunge hole.
Remember that.
Well, I did the daily challenge. The only time I ever did daily challenges was when I was going for comp, and I would coerce hacks into doing the hard mode dungeons with me and not tell them that we were doing hard mode dungeons, so I could get all those, get that wreck done.
That's okay. He coerced 4 people. I will never forget this. He coerced 4 people into doing Blink to get primal longswords, and he keepsaked them. He didn't want them for a dungeon. He wanted to keepsake them, so that was fun.
Sounds like hacks.
This was years ago, but I think it was a clan event or something, and then Hacks hosted, and it was me, him, and 3 other people, and it was an emote floor at the base, and he just logged out and didn't come back in. And then the next day he was like, "Yeah, I was high." I was so pissed. It was such a time waste.
Classic.
But he ended up just like going to sleep. But yeah, I still think about that.
Well, we could fill this all up with Pax stories, but let's not.
Okay, so next question for you, RCS. How does your daily login, your playing experience differ as an Ironman versus like being on a main account? Is there things you do differently on a daily basis?
Oh boy. Oh yeah. The only thing, because I do like. Oh boy, let me run through it. Because I start on Miscellanea. Most people just wait a week or two to do Miscellanea. I do it every day and just put in like 75k so that it keeps it at the minimum to get the maximum.
Right.
So I have it 10 on herbs, 5 on logs, just for whatever reason. I don't really need to do Miscellanea anymore because I got 99 construction. So I do that. I put the logs in the disassembler. I'm not sure if this is what you asked. I'm just gonna go through the daily stuff I do at reset. So
please do.
Okay, so I put the logs in the disassembler, and then I teleport to player own farm, and I collect my 150 pure essence from totally unnecessary. By the way, I have 200k from mostly Capsarius, but I do it anyway. And then I mine the rest of my inventory. So I collect 177. I teleport to Edgeville and just do like a full. You get the free 100s out of your Wicked Hood. I do that in the abyss of Earth Runes right now, just because I never bought Earth Runes. Oh boy. And then after that, I teleport to Karamja and pick up 40... This just sounds ridiculous. 40 pineapples and 40... What are they called? Cooking apples?
The way
and then
Rainy and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I hope...
I know the cities you're talking about.
She's like, yes, I have Wicked Hood, yes.
Well, I hope it makes some sense as to what I'm saying.
No, it definitely does.
Okay, well, after the fruit, because I use the fruit for the yaks, I don't have dragons in my player-owned farm, which, I'm a failure in that regard. So then I do flasks. I'll just put that one word, flasks. So after flasks...
I know those.
Yeah. After flasks, I will do Jack of Trades. I don't have the 20... the 21. I have the 15 one. I don't care to get the 20 or the 25 one. Everyone says to do the 21. I do the 15 one, don't care. 20's too much. I put that on Herbal now. So, and then... Oh my god. And then I buy 200 soul runes. See, people are gonna quit. People are never gonna start playing this game if they hear all this shit.
That's perfectly fine.
You are just like confirming my chances of ever making an Iron Man.
But all these things are optional, and I feel like if you were to create one, you would be like, I need to do this too.
People need to know that it is optional, except I would argue... Yeah, I'd maybe buying runes. Buying soul runes I don't think should be optional, because now you need those for those best spells. But okay, where was I? Flasks, Jack of Trades, buying runes. I used to... Oh yeah, then I also buy... Oh my god, I buy flies for the salamanders.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I respect that. I
do buy meat.
Do that too.
I do buy the meat. I buy that when I do the flasks. That's why I didn't mention that earlier. And then I will usually... This isn't a daily, but I do this every day just because it's helpful. But I pickpocket the Amlod elves for their orders. So I'm up to like 4,000 now. So
Wow.
Do you do a daily Reaper and Viswax?
I do. Okay, Maw.
Yeah.
I
That'll help when you go for training.
Unfortunately, I cannot do that because I'm not 115 dungeon.
I am so sorry. Forgive me. That's a major neck. Whoops.
It's okay. I know. There's things. I don't know. When you think about it, like you've been doing that for so long. It's I
am a lowly mainscaper.
It's okay. Because there are things where I'm like, oh, I can do that. Oh wait, no, I can't because I'm on a noob account.
For a while, I did do rune runs on my main. I
that's huge money, big money.
Yeah.
So brave of you.
Thank you.
Okay, but you asked Viswax. I do not do Viswax. And what was the other thing you asked? I can't.
Your Reaper.
Okay. For month. Okay, no, not for months. How many do I have?
Don't you have like an absurd amount of Reaper points?
I have 108 Reaper assignments, so I did those for quite a while. Recently, I haven't because I just got burnt out. Mostly because it's like I got 2 fangs in 3 kills, and it's just like, do I really have to kill Rax today? So it's just been stuck there for at least a couple months now. So Reaper, I used to, probably should, don't do it anymore.
I cannot remember the last Reaper assignment I did that was not God of War's Dungeon 2. I will skip until it's God of War's Dungeon 2, or I get to pick. And if it's not that, I'm just not doing Reaper that day.
I always did Rax because it was just like, dude, they tier 90 weapons. It's like that can be yours for one small price of dying 50 times at a spider boss. I guarantee you I've died 50 times at that boss. I know people call me shit, and I've seen hardcores with Nox weapons, but yeah. I don't think it's a fun boss, but I did it. Just saying. There we go.
What tier 90? What Orexor weapons do you have?
So I originally started doing the boss with the Lance. And that was the only reason I started doing the boss, because I got that, okay, tier 90 accuracy. Let's go. So I started doing that. It's really not that bad, honestly. Like, I could do it around 5 minutes, given the path. So I got the web, eventually. And I didn't make that until after I made the scythe, I think. No, I did make it before the scythe. But yeah, so eventually I got the scythe. And then literally 2 kills later, I got another fang. And Aerro was on for both of those, so... You guys still here?
And didn't you still make Nox bow first, though?
Yeah, I did. I corrected myself. No, it's okay, because I only need one more... I only need one more leg piece to make another leg, so it's fine. If I ever get an eye, it's fine.
Did you eat Nox bow?
No. I'm gonna use it for dragons. It's gonna be my my dragon slayer. Like, let's make a correction there. Slayer weapon. Okay. Not like if I do like ED2, I won't do that. I won't use it. I'll use, of course, my sacred ascension breastplates.
That's honestly that. Out of your Iron Man in total, I will give you like snaps and claps for
that. Was probably, in terms of grindiness, that was top. That was the top. Like, over time, Araxor was probably more grindy. Like, it took more time, but that was 52,000 kills. I got decently lucky with the Legions, though. That was good.
Do you do daily back criminal runs, or you do them, right?
See, here's the thing. I think they respawn every 4 hours or 6 hours?
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
So I did that for a while. I have like 2.7k-ish normal back bolts in my bank, and I have, I think, 700 diamonds. I know, I have
You
an
have a good
okay amount. I have an okay
Yeah,
amount.
okay, good.
If I did bosses every day, it wouldn't be a good amount, but I have an okay amount for what I do.
So this kind of segues into my next question I had for you. Apart from everything we've already talked about in this podcast, why I would never make an Iron Man, one big limiting factor for me would be like how many times like, oh, I need a dragon stone for this, or I need this one little item for whatever I'm doing. How often do you find yourself, from everything you get for drops, from Slayer, from bossing, are you like, oh, I don't have this item, or oh, I don't have this on me, I have to go out and like search for it to use it for something?
Okay, it's funny you mentioned a gem, because I remember early on, I think it was the quest Wanted, or no, some other quest. I needed a diamond, and I didn't have a diamond in my bank. And it's like, you can look it up. Getting a diamond outside of rare drop table and stuff, it's pretty difficult. Like, what I ended up doing was I mined rune ore to get a geode and tried to press my luck opening those, and eventually I did get it. But early on, I would say that can be a bit annoying, but it's really no different from a main. Because, I mean, I'm sure you'll remember doing quests and being like, oh shit, I need to buy that. It's
Or
basically
filling up hidey holes for clues.
yeah, I did that, but I did it as I did the clues, so it was okay. Because you can, at least for the easies, I'm never gonna do anything above easies. For the easies, you can buy everything in stores. So yeah.
Does how different then does your like bank layout look versus your main? Because I can't imagine like how many items you're just holding on to in case you possibly will need it at some point.
Yeah, it's true. I have over okay, well yeah, I do have over 1,000 dragon stones, and so yeah, there's a lot of like raw materials. I wouldn't say it's that different, because like on the main, I do kind of keep a Slayer tab a bit like it's just annoying having to put stuff in your bank and it just doesn't go to a what are those things called? Placeholder, So I do have a lot of stuff on the main that's questionable. I would say it is different though, for sure, because I have like D-hides and I would immediately sell those on my main.
Right.
I would have to look at it though, and I mean I could, but I'm turning hunter. Yeah, I don't think it's that different. Anything you would assume would probably be accurate as far as how different the bank would be.
My next question for you would be, what are your like top 3 next goals, probably?
Well, it depends on if you think maxing is a goal.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that. Damn.
Or maybe to make it a different form of the question, what are your ultimate end goals for your Iron Man? If you're like, he's like, let me crack my neck here. If you like in the span of like trying to compare yourself to your main, how do your end game goals differ, or do they differ?
Well, if you'll remember, I was vehemently against comping for a very long time. On the main.
Yeah, I know very well.
But
you are anti-comp 1,000,000,000,000%.
Yeah, I do think it would be a long-term goal for the Iron. It's just there's a lot of question marks, like 120 herb lore. Like I'm sure I could get farming fairly easily, but herb lore, engineering. I know I can do archaeology. I'm totally sure I'll have enough porters by the time I want to go for 120. But yeah, so comp for sure. It's just when I think about it, it's like, how am I going to do this? But that's how I felt about getting to this point. So, gear upgrades for sure. My magic gear's kind of shit. Masterwork, I haven't made the normal masterwork set. getting like the trimmed masterwork.
Jesus Christ.
But that, dude, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to find a team for Rise of the Six. Never done that before on any account. So, and then next, I would have to do, and I'm not gonna get Dopey luck and get 2 Torva plate bodies and like 30 kills. So,
You might.
well, you're right. You're true. You're right. You're right. But I wouldn't count on it. So that would suck. I don't know really how to solo next, and it's been a while since I've even like trioed it. So I don't know. I'm kind of. I won't lie. I'm kind of in a dormant period, other than just skilling. You know, I'm not really thinking about anything but just skilling at the moment.
I haven't examined your character in a while. Do you have any like cool keepsakes, like a camel mask? Or something?
I haven't keepsaked anything.
Oh, okay.
Like a camel mask.
Oh, like a camel mask. Yeah, because yes, I do. I do have that keepsake on the main, but I don't have any keepsakes on here because it costs bombs, and those are a prime currency for this account.
That's true.
Although honestly, okay, continue.
Oh, you go off if you need to.
No, I was just gonna say bonds.
What's in your experience? What's having to boss with other Ironmans? If you have, I have
not done it, honestly, so I have no opinions.
I just feel like unless you have like
your first KK kill, sorry to cut you off, Aerro, was a solo.
It was.
Yep. You probably I don't even know how much KC you have on your main, but
it's over 100, I think, but yeah, I was never a big KKer.
Same.
It's one of those things where it's like it's just like it's not fun enough to do it just for the sake of it, and it doesn't make enough. Well, it kind of does make a lot of money now, but I don't know. Dragors were really cheap at one point.
Yeah, KK made my partner and I a lot of good money.
Well,
and it's pretty fun. Shout out to KK once again. He was our first NPC of the day.
Oh, really?
He was. Yes.
I remember. I do remember when KK came out. That was pretty fun. But everything's fun when it's new.
Like Karapek.
Yeah, I won't lie. That was fun for the 5 kills I did, and then went back to Hunter.
I mean, I feel like from the limited stuff I've read and like feedback I've seen, like Karapak has been a very well received boss.
I would say it's mechanically, I don't think it's too hard. Because like what I literally said this word for word to you. Like I hope the bosses do damage, but are not necessarily like mechanically like, you know, high skill.
Right. Like I don't need sweaty gear to mitigate.
Oh yeah, I think you could do it with tier 80s easily. I say that using Ruby criminals, but yeah, I think it's a good boss. Pretty not off on a tangent here, but
so no real. You said you haven't ever bossed with other Iron
Never. Never.
Do you see yourself at one point like, hey, I need to do this, or is that kind of a avoid at all costs type of thing?
Well, now that I have the scythe, I don't know if I ever care to do KK. But for raids, definitely, I would want to. It's just I don't fucking know people, and I know Rainy has offered to like introduce me to like Iron people, but I don't know.
It just seems like team too much to try to figure that out for me.
It kind of, but I don't know. A lot of people just leech it, and I know it's like whatever. If that's what I need to do, I don't know. But yeah, those raid abilities would certainly come in handy.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that.
You've cringed at the fact that I don't have what's that one? Corruption Blast.
Yeah, and Shop.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have them on your main, right?
I have Corruption Blast.
Oh my
Only
god.
Wait, is shot good? I
The
don't know.
most
There-
RCS statement of the day.
I got it because I was trying to do. You remember? I was trying to do kill count, and you were like, "What's going on, buddy?" And I was like, "This is too hard." And you're like, "Bro, buy mass capability codex." I was like, okay." Yeah,
You
I don't. You guys,
Literally
okay?
send one blast out to like a group of
Yeah,
whatever
I know.
and just run away.
Yeah. I will have to say, the reason I'm not big on those, like I didn't even know they existed, honestly, until Aerro mentioned that. I basically did not play a lot around the time that came out, and then for quite a while I was pretty inactive. So, but I do understand raids is important for, well, probably important for an Ironman.
I would agree. I
Yeah,
think
me too.
it's just the logistics of having to be an Iron Man.
It's mostly the same. I think it's just are there is there a cap on how many people can do it normally? Like can you
On
just send
raids?
100 people? Yeah, or is it
For-
just 10?
Yeah, I think raids is max 10.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
10.
And
so it's
usually people
okay.
want to make it a team of 10, yeah.
Yeah, so like normal instances are like that for Iron Man, just for anything. I think. Um, so I guess for raids, it's mostly just the same. You just find a random team of people and you go. I've never done it. I'm just going off of what I've seen.
Or I feel like since I think with both raids and like AOD, there's a lot of people. So if you have like a consistent group of 5, let's say, it's a lot easier to fill up 5. Cause the same way it's like easier to be like +2 and fill it up than like +8, you know?
Probably.
yeah.
I do see a lot of people just sitting at raid. Oh, I have seen people just sitting at raids, like, oh, looking for team. So I think people do it with random teams. Pretty suspicious.
You never know
sus.
what you're gonna get with random.
Oh yeah, I've seen a number of Twitch streamers just fail because the team was not great.
All right, I guess in wrapping up, RCS, do you have any final words, any words of advice for the Iron Man community? I know you're kind of the speaker of the course here right now for a large community of this game.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I mean, there's nothing really I can say. I mean, if anyone is going to take advice from here, that I really haven't already, but to reiterate, I would say if you're going to do an Ironman, you really should quest. I mean, it's just stupid not to. And
Waterfall Quest is a good one, right?
well, that's an
Like to do
ancient
at
one.
the beginning. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I remember when. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Waterfall Quest.
But the thing is, like again, I said I was free to play for a while,
That's
so I didn't really have a chance to do that when it would have been like huge XP drops. Because like on old school, that's like one of the things you do first. It's you
Yeah,
do
that's the
waterfall and you
only
get like
reason I
30
remember it.
attack. So yeah, but yeah, they're probably. I didn't really go in order of like, and that's the thing. I didn't follow a guide. Like I don't know. I don't know if there are any good Iron Man guides for RS3 out there. I know there's one for old school, and it's like if you look at any like in training Iron Man on old school, it's like they're all doing the same thing. Not to be a hater, but
Yeah,
No,
I
you're
remember
okay to
when
hate. Please hate.
Out-
I support the hate.
no, I'm not gonna hate, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really get the point if like you're just gonna like do. It's like, is it really Iron Man if you're just gonna follow this like step-by-step guide on how to do it? You know, because that's what Troop did. I think no hate to Troop, but I would say do your own thing. That's probably why a lot of people quit. Oh, I don't know. Quest. I can't say Quest enough, but a lot of people hate Quests. Ending soon.
And engineering. That was a
Early
Yeah.
on, yeah. But later, Dungeoneering fucking blows. Like, if you asked me what my second favorite skill was on my main, I would say Dungeoneering. It's gonna be probably my last 99 on here. So, yeah, it sucks soloing floors.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. Neither could I. Well, if I remember correctly, they did update it. They made it a bit better. So, because it used to be terrible. It would have been like 50k XP an hour.
Oof.
That's hyperbole, but it's a lot better now. You can probably get 200, 300, if not more.
Perfect. Well,
Perfect.
thank you guys so much for sticking with us for this podcast. Thank you so much to RCS for taking time
Thank you.
out of his very busy day, as always, to join us here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, hopefully you'll be back soon. You are a big contributor to the wealth of knowledge that is this game.
Well, to you guys, yeah, not to the game.
Comparatively, yes.
Let's not put any false information out there.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Please make sure to follow us on Spotify, on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Always keep the faith. Thank you.